Still feeling a little under the weather today, guys, so I'm going to try not to cough all over the microphone as we look at 10 forgotten toys made by Tomy. Tomy the Toy Company started up in 1963 and still going strong today. Although they're kind of forgotten about when it comes to the big companies in the United States like Mattel and Hasbro, Tomy had been a force in the toy industry for many years. Today we're going to mostly stick to the 80s as we look at 10 forgotten toys released by Tomy. Starting us off at number 10. Released in 1984 during the breakout dance craze, breakdancers were little human action figures that would use a zip ripcord to send the figures spinning around on the floor. The little figures would spin on their back, their stomach, their heads, or whatever, making kids laugh and parents believing that all breakdancing was laying on the floor and acting like a crazy fool. Pocketbots were also released in 1984 and were little wind-up robots that could fit into your pocket. At this time, there were probably hundreds of wind-up toys of all sizes in the market, and most of them were pretty cheap. But Tomy found a way to release what was basically just a bubblegum machine toy onto an action figure style card and sell them at retailers for double the price. In 1986, Tomy was back with more robots, something that the company was really good at making. And this time kids got to make their own robot, or at least build their own robot, with Robo Struts. Kids would put together these moving robot toys, sit back, and watch the fun. When Smurf was taking over television and merchandising, Tomy didn't want to be left out. So they got the rights to the 1984 The Smurf Rip-Off Saturday Morning Cartoon Series, Snorkels. Doing what Tomy did best, they put a little motor inside each snorkel so kids could wind them up and watch them swim around in a pool of their own 8-year-old filth. If you didn't find playing with wind-up toys in a tub fun, don't worry, Tomy also released the Snorkels in Walking Wind-Up. In 1985, Tomy was still trying to take a bite out of some of the boy toy sales that were being eat up by the He-Man line. Taking more wind-up parts, Tomy released Stereos, little robots with moving wind-up action and interchangeable parts. In 1986, if you told your grandmother you wanted Transformers for Christmas, there was a 93% chance you would get Tomy's Super Alternators. These transforming cars came in the same style and even the same colors as the more successful Transformers line. The cars had pullback action that made them really go, and also would transform into robots. Not sure about you, but I'm still hoping for that Super Alternators vs. Transformers movie. But that wasn't the only time Tomy wanted to take some sales away from Transformers. A year before, in 1985, they released Tribots. Only 2 figures in the line, but these didn't transform into cars from robots. These would transform from robots to aircrafts. Okay, now I said I was going to talk about forgotten toys from Tomy, but I figured I had to at least bring this in, as it's probably their most well-known action figure line, at least for 80 boy action figures based on a movie. In 1981, Tomy beat out the big boys to get the action figure rights based on the Disney movie Tron, one of the few times Tomy would make toys from a major motion picture. One of Tomy's biggest line, with over 15 different pieces to collect, was the 1982 Bioterra. These wild machines were based off anything from desert scorpions to prehistorical dinosaurs to Godzilla to almost anything you could imagine, and then some that you couldn't. Sadly, these never made their way to the US, at least not with an official distributor. But the toy company Tomy wasn't just about wind up fake Transformers and build your own monster robots. They also had a softer side. In 1983, they released the very cute and very sweet Get Along Gang. These cute little dressed up bears and other cute little animals wouldn't come with just a puffy sticker, but 3 puffy stickers. You heard me right, they would come with 3 puffy stickers. They even had a Super Soda Shop playset to hang out in. Now this video is basically 10 forgotten toys from Tomy, but I couldn't end this video without talking probably one of the most famous Tomy toys of the 80s, and one I couldn't wait to get for Christmas 1985, and by New Year's of 1986, I didn't want to ever look at it again. Now in the mid-80s, Tomy was making a lot of different robots, but none, at least to me, was as disappointing as Verbot. The commercial sold me on having a personal R2-D2, but what I got was my very own Corky. Well, I hope you enjoy these 10 forgotten toys by Tomy. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. As always, thumb up so I know you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.